Good afternoon. It is Friday. Whew, we made it another week. Next week, whatever next Friday's date is, we don't have school. Well, you guys don't. I do. It's a teacher work day. So yeah, today is Friday, February the 5th, and this is what we covered for today. So for review, I asked the class 3 questions. The first question was about McDonald's. McDonald's has hired a lot of new staff members. So it decided to increase the number of managers working each shift. This is an example of what? This is an example of B, the size of the organization, so the organization is growing, is affecting organizational decisions. So because they've hired new staff, they decided that they were going to hire new managers to manage that staff as well. All right, some advantages of a functional business structure. Remember, functional business structures are very small. So some advantages, you've got one person making all the decisions, so decisions can be made pretty fast. Also, your employees are experts at their jobs. They know their job and they know it very well, and they know how to do a bunch of different things. Okay. And then disadvantages of a functional structure. And you guys know, because they're small and everybody's kind of doing their own thing, they don't really communicate between employees very much. They communicate top to employee and top to employee and employee to top management, but they don't communicate cross lines. So there can be some confusion when trying to get some goals accomplished. And things can be, a little confusing because the teams don't talk. You got, individual people doing their own jobs. So yeah, sometimes it can take a while to make some decisions if different people are bringing their own information to the manager or to the owner. All right, so some new material. Today we got into divisional structures. So these are those huge multinational corporations. I used GM for one of these examples, General Motors. They've got several different divisions, Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, Sheridan, and they've got also different divisions in multiple countries. So it's a huge corporation that's divided into different products, maybe different countries, types of customers, and they also produce multiple brands. PepsiCo is another example of a divisional structure. You can see by this picture, they've got a lot of different brands. And it's interesting because, when we think about Pepsi, we think about soda. But actually Pepsi is, known around the world just as much for their snacks as they are their soda. We just didn't know that those snacks fell under PepsiCo, which was born and bred in New Bern, North Carolina. Go North Kakalaki. All right, so PepsiCo. We know that it has different divisions for drinks and food, and also they are international. I did show this video on PepsiCo, which was very interesting. So let me stop sharing and share again, because, oh my goodness, come on. There we go. Great. My video is not up. Give me 1 second. I apologize, but you can just fast forward through this.
Ashley Home Store.
Here we go.
Has some of the top-rated beds on sale now. Click the link to find your local store and come in.
Pepsi gives more fun, more bounce to the ounce, and more for your money, too. Pepsi by the carton.
Food and beverage business in the world. In 2019, according to Fortune 500, PepsiCo did sales of $64.5 billion with a net profit of $12 billion and was ranked 154th in the Fortune Global 500 list. Hi, I'm Jayesh, and this is Hustlers TV. In this video, we will look into the brands PepsiCo owns. But before we do that, here's a quick history of PepsiCo came into existence. The soft drink Pepsi was developed by Caleb Bradham, a pharmacist and businessman from Duplin County, North Carolina. The drink was fondly called Brad's drink by the customers since Bradham developed it himself, but he later changed the name to Pepsi Cola in 1898 while marketing the drink for his pharmacy. As his drink gained popularity, Bradham founded the Pepsi Cola Company in 1902 and registered a patent for his recipe in 1903. Bradham's company experienced years of success leading up to World War I. However, sugar rationing during the war and a volatile sugar market in the war aftermath damaged the company's financial health to such a degree that in 1923, Bradham declared bankruptcy. On June of 8, 1923, the company's trademark and secret recipe were purchased by Craven Holding Corporation. In 1931, Roy McGaggerell, a Wall Street broker, purchased the Pepsi trademark, business, and goodwill from Craven Holdings in association with Charles Gutt. Gutt was also the president of Loft Incorporated, a leading candy manufacturer based in Long Island City, New York. Gutt used Loft's lab and chemists to reformulate the Pepsi syrup, and he used his position as the president of the company to replace Coca-Cola with Pepsi Cola at Loft's shop and restaurants. In early 1960s, Pepsi Cola's product line expanded with the creation of Diet Pepsi and purchase of Mountain Dew. In 1965, the Pepsi Cola Company merged with chips company Frito-Lay, and thus PepsiCo was born. Since that time, Frito-Lay has operated a wholly owned subsidiary of PepsiCo. With the acquire of PepsiCo, the company got chips to serve with their beverage business. Through Frito-Lay, PepsiCo is the largest globally distributed snack food company. Under the Frito-Lay brand, the company started many individual brands and acquired some new brands as well. Some of the big famous brands which PepsiCo owns under Frito-Lay are Lay's, Doritos, Ruffles, Cheetos, Tostitos, Fritos, Gold, Sun Chips, Cracker Jacks. The list goes on and on. Apart from these global brands, the Frito-Lay company started and acquired several brands for the local market. Like in India, they started Kurkure and acquired Uncle Chips. The second big acquisition for PepsiCo came in the year 2001 when PepsiCo acquired the Quaker Oats company for $14 billion.
His soul is nourished by a hug and a kiss. So will his young body be nourished by a good hot breakfast.
But PepsiCo, as we all know, sells beverages too. The beverage brand which PepsiCo owns are Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Mirinda, Aquafina, Lipton Brisk Fruit Punch. The Lipton ready-to-drink beverage are sold by Pepsi Lipton International, a company jointly owned by Unilever and PepsiCo. 7-Up, Gatorade, Tropicana, Slice, the mango juice company, Pure Leaf, Bubbly, Naked Juice, Mug Root Beer, and the list goes on and on. These are just the famous brands which majority of us would be using. Apart from these, there are many other beverage brands which PepsiCo owns.
Okay. So you guys can see, as I'm sure you probably didn't realize, how many brands that Pepsi makes. So that's a perfect example of a divisional structure. Let's see. All right. Also, divisional structures can be divided by process, like Hershey's. So you've got, different locations that raise the raw materials, like the cattle for the milk. They have to import maybe beet sugar or sugar cane, turn it into sugar. The cacao beans, where cocoa comes from. So you've got all those raw materials that are growing somewhere, being raised somewhere, and then they're being shipped and then processed at a different location. So these are huge companies that are multinational as well, but they may have different locations for different processes to make their finished product. They also can be divided by territory. So in different countries, in different continents, like Coca-Cola has an African division, European division, Latin American division, North American division. And then by customer type. So like a bank not only has customers like you and I, but they have small businesses and also big corporate as well. Some advantages and disadvantages of organizational structures. Divisional structures are very fast and flexible. Managers are close so they can work together across lines. It encourages creativity within inside the company, and they're very focused on their customers. So disadvantages, you've got a lot of people that are being torn in all kinds of different directions. So your IT department and your managers are stressed out because these companies are so big. And also, if you've got two different departments or divisions that are making similar products, this can cause them to be very competitive with each other. And with these companies being so big, there's a lot of resources that can be wasted. Okay. And also with them employing thousands of people, and a lot of times things that happen with the economy, like the coronavirus, can cause production to increase drastically or decrease drastically, causing those companies to either hire a lot of workers and then they have to lay them off, or to lay them off and then maybe rehire later. So those are the things that we covered under divisional structure today. Remember that your manage this project is due Sunday at midnight, and then go in and do your exit ticket today. I'll see you guys Monday.